Story RH, the podcast that makes a long story short.
Welcome to all.
History is made of stories.
In this episode, we'll be talking about transformation and digital technologies.
You've undoubtedly noticed that, for the past few years, the business world has been very focused on a trendy expression, digital transformation. It has invaded our daily lives and taken up all available bandwidth. But what does it really mean?
Why is the digital transformation so important today, when digital technologies have been along for quite some time and have always helped companies to keep moving forward? What's the story?
To really get a handle on the subject, it's important to first understand that digital transformation is not an end in and of itself. Digitalizing business is not a goal as such.
So the real questions are, why must we undergo transformation? And where are we starting, and where are we going?
When talking about transformation, we're really talking about organizational transformation, and sometimes cultural transformation.
To simplify, the context facing private and public companies has drastically changed over the past 20 years. The 2008 economic crisis was a revelation, which suddenly reminded us of global competition and the imbalances it could create.
These changes forced many companies to rethink their business models and ways of working, which are rooted in company culture. They paid particular attention to organizational, leadership, and management models, which they'd been using for a very long time.
To sum things up, companies had been using organizational models inspired by Taylorism, which is underpinned by processes, norms, and standardization. This system made them productive and, as a result, profitable. But contemporary constraints have highlighted the limits of this model when it's exploited to the fullest.
What constraints, you ask? We have all encountered them. Intense global competition, which some have labeled hyper-competition, a shift in the global economic power balance, changes in consumer behavior, etc.
This situation requires businesses to be not only profitable, but also innovative and able to rapidly adapt to an increasingly difficult and constantly changing context.
In short, transformation is first and foremost a necessity for overly compartmentalized companies, which are too rigid, with too many silos. They have to evolve toward a greater ability to adapt quickly to real-world constraints, which are becoming increasingly urgent and unpredictable.
It has nothing to do with digital technologies. This transformation is not just digital.
Yes and no. When you look closely, digital technologies play a dual role in this context.
You experience the first role every day. Digital technologies are a transformation factor that companies are subjected to, a contingency factor. Digital technologies modify our behavior.
Think about how you buy things, for example. We increasingly use e-commerce, websites, etc., and the same goes for how we communicate.
When it comes down to it, digital technologies modify our relationship with the world around us, our perception of time, borders, knowledge, and expression. As such, it transforms our behaviors and, as a result, our companies.
But digital technologies can also be a driver for carrying out the organizational transformations we need to implement. First, because digital technologies, including artificial intelligence, have always been a vector for improving productivity.
But also because thanks to collaborative tools, digital technologies help us to work in a more interdisciplinary way, thereby decompartmentalizing our organizational structures.
By doing so, digital technologies can help us to boost productivity, while also boosting agility by promoting interdisciplinarity.
So we found the new holy grail then. Digital technologies mean that people everywhere will suddenly start cooperating. Is that what people are saying?
Let's not get too carried away. We don't want to assign virtues to digital technologies that it doesn't have. Collaborating, making an effort together, is not the same as cooperating, which is about sharing a common goal. Digital technologies are tools. It's up to us to use them properly.
The ability to adapt, which we aim to achieve through transformation, is first and foremost about true cooperation. And that is a human factor. It's about the ability of the people at the company to invest, and the common good, the company project.
To recap, the real goal of digital transformation is to help transform our organizational structures, to help them become both more efficient and more adaptable. Is that right?
Exactly right. Way to make a long story short.
Story RH, the podcast that makes a long story short.